But okay, so the first thing as far as the government, yeah, we're terrified of the government because I'm not as far as Nigeria, I don't know how involved and how supportive the government is. It seems to be incredibly supportive. Like, I don't know the details, but they seem to be very supportive of the arts and then promoting it and funding it. Uganda, we're terrified because they're going to look at this as not something to invest in, but to take money from. They're going to be looking at this as, well, they're like, we're here at MoMA, they're freaking rich. And they're putting all these, they're looking at us, but I don't think they know what to do. But they're not looking at it to invest the bill. They're looking at, like, how do we reap from this? What do we take from this? And one thing that they're pushing through now, and this is part, because in Uganda, it's essentially a dictatorship, a soft one perhaps, but he's been there for over 32 years, Museveni. And they don't like the free spirit of the movies, like these. And they want to charge, the last initiative was about $120. If you want to make a movie, you have to pay the government $120 for a censor to go through it and make sure there's nothing against the government or whatever. But it's not really about that. It's about them taking money trying to take money from the filmmakers. And $120 is a ridiculous. We think this film is about $65. $120 could be a month's salary for a school teacher, say. Like a decent, in a decent school. They're going to look at it. They're going to look at ways to stop it. And there's a lot of talk about removing guns from the movies, any kind of violence like that. And Isaac's happy with that. Like, remove the guns, it'll just be witchcraft then. It's not going to stop me. I'm going to keep doing what I want to do. But yeah, we're kind of scared about that. And if yeah, and there's a lot of police officers, who, because it's a funny thing, like the police are always stupid in the movies, like they're kind of goofy, but the police in real life are like the biggest fans of this. And so he's trying to be friends in the local level, in the local thing, because like them running around in the whole beginning, where they have a tan costume and such, that's illegal for them, because you're essentially impersonating an officer. And so they have to be very, very careful on how they shoot. And so the more friendly they are with the local police, and the more that they get it, because Isaac is still introducing the idea of this to people, that this is even happening. So yeah, that's the way with all the thing. It's not higher up government.
So how would you market this
Well, he releases it for, so there's two distribution paths. There's the local and then like the West. So for local, he just does it, and he sells it door to door, and he waits for the police or something to stop him. And now it's questioning. Yeah. So it's now it's really tricky because now the piracy has become these digital now. With phones and people watching their phones and this. But when I first came in 2011, he would have 6 days to make money on any film. Because after 6 days, it's pirated, and his films are loved. Like we say Uganda, but it's not, because it's like 50 languages, and how is he going to get the films out to there? It's in like the ghettos surrounding the capital, is where it is. Because the capital itself is said to be more upper class, and they kind of look down on this. And also they hate the VJ, because the VJ they feel, and probably rightly so, is that it's it's ruining the movie. You're blocking the vision of the director. This is different because they're made to work together, but in a typical film, you have a VJ just stomping all over the movie. So they feel it's not proper. And then Isaac says, yeah, but it's an art form in and of itself. So like the upper classes look very down on this. And he's in a very interesting position, not an enviable one. But it's changing a bit, but he was really vocally hated, very vocal by the upper class, by the film industry in Uganda, because they feel that he's giving a very poor image of Uganda and Ugandan cinema. Because what people are looking at is like the conditions of life. Like the whole thing with the sewage and the poo-poo and all that. It's the same thing in Cap and Alex where they're crawling through sewage. These are signifiers. Isaac very consciously puts that stuff in the movies to tell people in Uganda where these films are from. Because if you're upper class, you will never show that. And you'll never have an actor crawling through that such. These are things that he's purposely putting in to let people know where they're from and who he is and where these actors are and blah, blah, blah. And what happened with me when I fell in it by accident. It's the second time in the movie, was the first time in life. And I fell in it and I'm like, all right, well, Okay, let's keep going. And they had never seen that before. Like, because no one in Uganda does that, unless you're in the village. You're kind of used to it. You see someone from so far outside and get to be cool with it, they're like, okay, that's his baptism, he's one of us. But so in Uganda, they look at this, and they think he's giving a horrible impression of Ugandan cinema. And, well, this is all where we are now, because and this is where we are, yeah. Because so Captain Alex, no one wanted anything to do with it, really. I mean, the Alamo, yes, they loved it, the things, but the general thing at that time in 2012, 13, 14, is that it's violence in Africa. We're afraid of that image. And the other thing, at that time, Ugandan Parliament was pushing through all this anti-gay legislation, making it a criminal act to practice homosexuality. Now, you know, as you may suspect, like the arts, you know, are incredibly supportive of human rights. And so we got caught up in all this, where no one would come out to support us in 2013, 14, because of what was happening in Parliament. You know, and we kill everyone equally. That's like our motto, literally. You know, but still people were afraid of that, and then that's why we made Alex free. So we thought once they see it, they'll get it. And now this is where we are, is what else is out, you know, what else is out there in partnerships. And my theory with all this is that the technology to make a film for nothing is 10 years ahead of the technology to distribute for nothing. And what we're discovering, and while Hollywood is the first of something maybe, but it's not the only one. It's through a combination of luck and hard work. But there's other villages and areas, like in Ghana is a big one too, you know, where they've been doing this for about 10 years, and only now, because the internet is tapping into them, they're like self-organizing. And that's it. And so now it's like excuse me, it's like we rang the bell, and we'll see. And especially I think like for the next one with the kids kung fu film, it's freaking great. That's the first HD film, and even when people see that, the conversation's going to change. Like right now, it's like, well, what is this? And once they see a couple more of these, it's like, no, this is legit. I can talk, you know.